This is kind of a typical situation in an older home. We have a fan that is installed in the ceiling that it's an old one, probably 20, 25 years old anyway. It's noisy. It doesn't overcome pressure very well. So we're going to remove it and replace it with a new, more modern fan, use the same wiring, and make it so it'll actually work. Many of these fans come in two parts. The fan itself that's removable, and then behind it the fan housing or box. So you can see that here. It has a 3-inch discharge on it that goes out through the side. That's supposed to be connected to a duct. And that duct doesn't seem to be there, but it certainly looks like some birds have been here. We need to unwire the existing fan now, but first we turned off the power at the panel. We take off the wire nuts from the wire leads and get those wires loose because we'll be reusing that wire. Now it's time to actually get rid of the fan housing. In this case, this fan is installed with a couple of nails on little tabs at the corners. We've had to be a little brutal here with a bar. You might also notice all the junk falling down. Guess what? I should have been wearing a mask and goggles. So now I'm going to remove the stress relief on the wiring, get that out of the way. I got to measure, make sure I got enough depth for my fan. We're going to actually mark the opening I need to cut, using the existing hole as the starting point, and then cutting the drywall. Remember, when you mark out this hole to cut, use the body of the housing for the template for how big to make that hole. You want to end up that the nailing flange overlaps the drywall from below. Cut the drywall paper with a razor knife, being careful not to cut yourself in the process, and then finish it up with a drywall saw to actually cut this new hole and get all of this extra material out of the way so the fan will be able to sit up in there. The fan housing itself, and now slide it up into the hole. It'll match up with that roughing adapter, and then we'll be able to plug in the power once we get it all in place. So we get this up into location. We're able to run some screws up into the joists themselves and up into the other side where we had the piece of wood above it. Plug in the power and close the little junction box in the fan housing, and